Hello again. So just yesterday, I went to my last local before NAIC. So this is the last bit of in-person practice I'll get because I won't be able to. I'm gonna be going on a little trip for a bit, so no locals for me. And yes, so hopefully that's enough practice. It's not gonna be enough. I'm just gonna keep practicing on TCG Live, but yeah, so the local I went to yesterday, it was another one of those monthly league challenges. So you get points. Unfortunately, I did not place well enough to get points. We had about 20 something players, 24 players. I placed 10th, which is, I guess, pretty good. But given the amount of time I feel like I've practiced over the past few weeks, I feel like I should be doing a little bit better. I did update my deck a bit. Yeah, so I feel like I finally got to the point where I need to stop using Blender because after looking at a lot of the very successful Gardevoir deck lists, everyone is running, what is it, Secret Box, right? So I'm like, okay, Secret Box, it's a bit harder to play. I think I should be able to be a bit more consistent with it. So I finally added the Secret Box I bought to my Gardevoir deck. And I feel like I kind of understand the situations to play it now. Though I feel like there's still definitely a lot of things I could do a little bit better. And yeah, so I went to the league challenge, and there were like four or five other Gardevoir players this time. I guess I wasn't used to that because usually I'm like the only Gardevoir player, and or maybe there's like one other at most. But I guess after the recent success with the tournaments, recent success in the tournaments, I guess everyone just wants to play the best deck now. So running into a lot of mirrors. So my deck list is very similar to Brent Tonnisson's now. I removed my Arvins, I removed the Blender, what did I do? I removed the Poffins, and instead I have the Secret Box with some Earthen Vessels, and I do have a Mew. I noticed that Brent Tonnisson removed the Mew, but I just love playing with Mew. Mew's a great tech card, and I think it's fun. So I replaced the Nest Ball for Mew. So that's like the only difference between my deck and Brent's deck now. And yeah, so in this league challenge, I guess we played 5 games. First game, I went against a Charizard Pidgeot player who was a relatively new player. Unfortunately for me, this game went to tie. My deck is slow, of course. So, and usually when I'm playing against players that play a little slower, it usually gets a little close at the end. Yeah, so this one went to tie. I actually would have won in an extra turn, or actually my opponent made a misplay. So I think if they were a better opponent, I would have lost anyway. But they made a misplay, but I would have won the next turn. But eventually it went to tie, so it's like a double loss, I guess. A little bit better than a loss, but still a loss regardless. And then because I tied in game 1, I went up against another player who tied for my game 2. And just my luck, it was one of the players I played in the past that I noticed they played a little slow. And the worst part of all is that they were also playing Gardevoir this time. So we got a Gardevoir mirror match with a player that I've noticed has been playing a little bit slower. And we tied in the past. So like right off the bat, I was like, damn, we're going to tie. And like just starting off the mirror match, I feel like my opponent didn't really understand the mirror. Like they put up Fez, they put up like a bunch of liabilities. So I feel like if the game had gone out, I might have been able. Like I feel like I had a better board state, so I should have won out. But you know, it was what it was. Like by the time like the time was called, we both had like 5 prize cards, and within like the 2 turns, I was actually able to like get like down to 2, which was nice. Another turn or 2, I would have been able to win out, but that ended up in a tie. So I was 0-0-2, 0 wins, 0 losses, 2 ties, which is not great. And so game 3, I matched up against a player who went 1-1, so 1 win, 1 loss. They were playing Sylveon and Flareon. And this player definitely was a very competitive player. I could tell like by the way they like sort of did their actions, played their turns. They were pretty fast. Unfortunately, I made a big misplay in this matchup early game where I had a Secret Box in hand, no supporters, and I was deciding between Badoo or Cleffa. And I made a misplay because I brought out Badoo, which doesn't really do much in the matchup here. I should have brought out Cleffa. That way I could have secret boxed the next turn. Grasping drawn, then secret boxed, and then had set up pretty well. But so that was one misplay. And then the second misplay I had was because I was against a Sylveon, I didn't bench 3 Ralts. I think I had the option to bench 3 Ralts. I didn't do it. So that's a mistake on my part. I deservingly lost that game. But yeah, because of that, it's like, okay, against Sylveon matchup, you should bench 3 Ralts because if you get Angelited, it's pretty much over. That game, I just got Angelited over and over. I could not get my Ralts to evolve. And then I just lost because I was too far behind in prizes in the end. So that was unfortunate. The last 2 games I played, so at that point I was 0 wins, 1 loss, 2 ties. My 4th game was against another Gardevoir matchup. I mean, great. I I saw my opponent's starting board and I was like, oh, it's over. I'm gonna go 3 ties. But it turns out my opponent was relatively new to the game. This is like one of the first few games they played. So in this case, they were still learning. So it was a pretty easy win for me. But it didn't really feel that good because I wanted to play against players who were played a lot. And I think because of my 2 tie 1 loss score, I was basically going up against the bottom bracket of players. So I went up against basically a beginner in a Gardevoir match mirror. And yeah, there were some interesting moments where they had a Klefki in their deck, and I was like, oh, a Klefki, it's from the past era. Yeah, I don't feel like it's not really that useful now. And we both kept on forgetting that Klefki had the lock. And good thing we were able to catch that, because apparently if you mess up really bad, and because it's a league challenge, the judge can actually penalize you for pretty harshly. I think my opponent actually got penalized in a previous match where they had Klefki in the active, they used Fez, and then they were penalized 2 prize cards basically because they got extra information. Lucky for me, the judge was actually walking by when I was thinking about using Monkey Dory's active when my opponent had Klefki in the active, so they actually caught me before I accidentally cheated there, so that's good. And yeah, so that was game 4, Gardevoir Mirror. I won that, but only because my opponent was not very experienced. And then game 5, I went up against a non-meta deck, Flareon Greninja. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a Flareon Sylveon again, but they pulled out the Greninja, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. I mean, I respect the non-meta, but yeah, I think it wasn't a good matchup because I set up pretty well at 2 Gardevoirs, and or no, I didn't have 2 Gardevoirs. I got Gardevoir early, and then at that point, Greninja doesn't have enough damage, and it's also weak to Psychic, which is not great. Bad matchup. And then so won game 5. So in the end, I went 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 ties. To be fair, I feel like the 2 wins I got were not I didn't feel too good about the wins, mainly because they weren't against super meta. It was against a new player or it wasn't against a super meta deck. So in the end, I placed I think 11th out of 24 or 10th. Which is it's okay. I feel like I've been placing around middle of the pack in the past few locals I've been to, so it's not great. Yeah, honestly, the performance is okay. It wasn't amazing. I feel like if I continue playing like this for the NAIC tournament, I'm definitely not. I don't think I have a good chance of making past day 1, because because my win rate right now is about 50-50, and I think you need at least you can't have more than 3 losses, and if you play 9 games you have to go 6-3. So unless I'm I don't know, who knows. To be fair, I did break out a few of my games, but there were also some misplays that I could have played the openings better. I think especially with the Cleffa, it adds a lot more decision making, so that's that. But on the bright side, so after this local, the pricing is a little bit different. Normally they give you 2 Scarlet Violet packs and Journey Together packs. This time we got 1 Scarlet Violet pack, and we also got 1 prize pack, Series 6. So this is exciting. I haven't gotten one of these prize packs in a while. I got one of them from another place I went to, but this shop finally got prize packs. And funny enough, two of my opponents that I played against, they weren't playing Gardevoir, by the way. They opened their prize packs at the shop, and one of them got the Gardevoir like full art from Scarlet Violet base, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty cool card. And then another one got like the really rare Gardevoir, like the one with it's like let me see if I don't have it, but I have the so let me pull it up here. So they got like I have the Chinese version of it. I have like the Ralts and the Curly. It's the one where it's like with the family. And then they got the Gardevoir one, which is like, I don't know, like $40. I mean, that's just cool, right? I mean, I don't know if I would even play it in my deck if I got it, but you know, that was a cool reward for those players. And then so I was like, damn, all the good hits from the packs they give out are gone, because normally when they give out the prizing, they pull it out of a booster box, and then like so I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm getting nothing. But turns out I just got a regular Gardevoir from my Scarlet Violet pack. So it seems like we had all rarities of Gardevoir within the pricing, and I got the cheapest one. But you know, it's better than nothing. Better than some random other like holographic. You know, I haven't gotten like good EXs from these packs in a while. It also came with the Ralts. It's a little teaser. It's like Ralts, and then I got Gardevoir. Woo! And yeah, so in terms of the prize pack, I saw some people got some really nice stuff from prize packs. There are these people that got counter catchers, they got night stretchers. And I was like, wow, that's good. Fortunately, my prize pack didn't have anything super good. I got Crispin, playable, not bad. Earthen Vessel, also playable, pretty good. Roaring Moon, I guess it's useful. It's playable. And I got a Technical Machine Turbo Energize. I think I've seen only like one deck run this. But yeah, I guess my prize pack, I was really hoping for something spicy, like maybe like a prize pack Mew or something. But, you know, it's interesting. And then I guess to end off my day, I went and I bought a bunch of EXs. What did I buy? Let's see. I got some. Yeah, so I got 4 Hops Zacians. And you notice one of them is different than the other one, and that's because one of them is a prize pack. So 3 of them are promo Zacians, and one of them is the actual one you can pull in the packs, booster packs. And apparently the promo ones are cheaper because they're guaranteed. So I was like, oh, you know what? They do the same thing. It just looks a little different. So I got like 3 of the promo ones. I also grabbed another Miraidon. They were all like about $1 each, so pretty good deal. Miraidon, lots of possible decks. I got some Belly Bolts. Should probably look for more of those for a Belly Bolt deck. Got another Hydrapple. Slowly building up my Hydrapple supply. I feel like I might have too many though. Got some. Oh yeah, so I noticed that Melodic went down in price. I think just a few weeks ago when walls were popular, Melodics were like going for $5, but these like dropped down to like 50 cents, which is like, or 80 cents, which is amazing. Grabbed the Greninja, you know. I feel like Greninja might be a fun, like, for fun deck. Grabbed a Grabbed a Chin Pao, another for fun deck. Grabbed another Blood Moon Ursaluna. I feel like I've been using a lot of Japanese versions for proxies, but you know, maybe it's nice to have some English versions. This is like $3, which is a bit more expensive. I can't believe these were like 50 cents just a few months ago. But yeah, no, I guess like since a lot of decks use them now, it went up in price. And I grabbed another Hydreigon. I think Hydreigon is pretty fun. So I might build a Hydreigon deck for myself. So yeah, that's the update for this time. Hopefully when I'll make another video when I go to NAIC, just showing off my experience and how well I do. Hopefully I can not get destroyed, but we'll see. And yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.